Hello, this is Mark Denham. I'm an audio producer, I'm a radio presenter, I'm a voiceover artist and a podcaster. And this is the audio journey. I've shared with you my audio journey and how I got to where I am. And over the last few weeks and over the next few weeks, I'll be sharing with you some tips and tricks on your audio journey. If you're looking to start out in voiceover, if you're looking to start out in podcasting, or maybe even live streaming, then some of this may be of help to you, and I hope it is. We've already discussed your recording space, your microphone and microphone choice, and we've discussed how to get the sound from here in your microphone into your computer. Whether that's a PC or a Mac, that is entirely your choice. We discussed interfaces and mixers. Now, obviously, if you have an interface, you're going to get, like, for example, the Focusrite 2i2, the Scarlett 2i2 that I recommended. You're going to get basically a gain control and the 48-volt phantom power that we will need to power your microphone if you have a condenser microphone. If you have a dynamic microphone, you don't need to worry about that. If you have a mixer, then you will have probably the 48-volt phantom power, a gain control, perhaps a volume control, depending on what mixer you have, and also you will have a potentially graphic equalizer on your mixer as well, giving you high, low, and mid frequency control over your voice. What I'm about to say, and this week on the audio journey, is entirely optional, and especially if you are somebody that records voiceovers for maybe adverts, DJ drops, or audiobook narration, something like that, training narration, corporate training narration. This is totally optional for you. If you are a podcaster that records your podcast, edits it, and then puts it out, this is totally optional for you. If you are a live streamer, though, and perhaps you do your podcast live, maybe you're on YouTube or something like that, then what you'll find is that you get one chance at getting your audio right, because what you say and what comes out of your mouth into your microphone goes into your computer and straight out to the world. There is no choice to post-process unless you're going to capture that and then put it back out later repackaged. So whilst this may be of great use to you if you are a live streamer this particular week on the journey, it can also be of use to you as a voiceover artist or as a podcaster, in that it will cut down post-processing. As a voiceover artist or as a podcaster, you can record what you're about to say, your advert, your DJ drop, your podcast, whatever it is. You can then post-process that in your digital audio workstation. And by that, I mean you will add a bit of EQ to it, maybe a bit of compression. If you're doing voiceover, perhaps you may want to add, depending on what you're doing, if it's produced voiceover, you may want to add some effects as well. You can do all of that in post-processing in your digital audio workstation. If you're live streaming, of course, as I say, the audio goes straight out, and that's where it's perhaps more relevant to you. But as somebody who does voiceover or podcast, this week is also relevant to you, because what I'm talking about are optional extras in the chain. Now, the most common optional extra in the chain of a voiceover artist or a podcaster is a microphone processing strip. Here in my studio, I have the DBX286S, which processes the audio on my microphone. Now, my microphone goes into the DBX286S. It is then powered from there, and on there you have various controls, which I go into on the blog on the website, including you have the high-pass filter, which cuts off anything below 80 hertz. You have an enhancer, you have a de-esser, you have a compressor, and all of those will change the way your audio sounds, and they will reduce a lot of post-processing. Full details on that are on the blog on the website at markdenham.com. If you are live streaming, for example, if you're a YouTuber and you play games, you may find that sometimes you're just quite quiet and you're just talking and you're just describing what's happening in the game. And then all of a sudden, boom, something really loud, and you get really loud and your audio is going to clip if it's not trapped in a processing strip. What a DBX286S would do for you if you were in that case, for example, was it would reduce the volume difference between the low parts of your audio and the high parts of your audio. So what it would do is it would make your video a better listen, because you wouldn't be really, really quiet and then really, really loud, because the DBX286S would take care of that. And that is a kind of an essential thing if you are live streaming and you care about the quality of your audio. Equally, though, it is good for voiceover because it removes a lot of the post-processing. You get to enhance your voice with the enhancer. You get to put on the compressor. You get a de-esser as well, which removes those harsh sounds that you get sometimes with a microphone or a voice or a combination. And when you then monitor through your headphones what you're recording, you're hearing what you're actually recording rather than you're then hearing the raw audio, which you then go into post-processing. It does remove a lot of the need for post-processing by having one of these. There are many of them available on the market. The one I'm using, as I say, is the DBX286S, which is I'm happy with. But there are many of them available from different manufacturers. One thing I would say is if you're recording a multi-guest podcast, then you may have to think here about how you're going to do this, because what you don't want to do, the DBX286S is a single strip processor. That means it processes one audio input. You do not want to put two people or two or three or four microphones into one processor and process them all the same. That would not be good. So, I mean, that is basically this week. Optional extras, and full details are on the blog at markdenham.com of the optional extras. If you are a podcaster or a voiceover artist, adding the DBX286S, it's not an expensive piece of kit, but adding it to your chain is going to enhance your audio, but it's not essential if you're starting out. If you are a live streamer, then you may want to go even further than that. If you care about the quality of your audio, you may then also want to, once you've done your processing on your voice, you may also then want to go into maybe an equalizer to affect the overall sound of your stream. So if you're taking your DBX286X into your mixer like I am, then you can add in music, you can add in sound effects, and you may want to then affect the overall audio quality of your stream with an equalizer. Good idea. If you are live streaming, if you're live streaming on behalf of an organization, great idea. Once you've done that, you may wish to then add another further compressor rather than a microphone processor, even. If I could speak, that'd be dangerous. Rather than just a processor, you could add in there a compressor as well, which would compress the overall output of your mixer. So your microphone, your music, perhaps your game output, or your sound effects or bits of music, if you are licensed to do that, then they will all sound sweet through the equalizer, and they will have a suitable dynamic range, so the end listener isn't constantly jockeying their volume up and down and up and down. So these are all, as I say, optional steps. The blog post on markdenham.com covers this in further detail, and hopefully that will be of some help to you in your audio journey. Next week, we will be back onto essential elements of the journey, but I'm trying to take it here in an order. And whilst this is, as I say, an optional week, it is something that you may wish to consider if you are certainly already an experienced podcaster, or if you're already a voiceover artist and you have a decent client base and you're starting to think, yeah, what can I do to improve my audio so I can go out and expand my client base further? Then maybe a channel strip processor for your microphone is the thing you need. Check out the blog post on markdenham.com. It has all the details on that. And if you missed any of the other weeks, the videos are online, and so too are the blog posts as well. And next week, we will be discussing another essential step on your journey. As always, if I can be of any help to you, either in terms of advice, you can leave a comment down below on this video. You can head to my website, markdenham.com, and use the contact me. And if you would like any production services, audio production services for voiceovers, DJ drops, anything like that, if you would like the voiceovers or the DJ drops, again, that's something I can do for you. If you're a podcaster and you've recorded your podcast, you're thinking, oh, my audio's not quite where it should be, I want it just that little bit tighter. Again, that is something I can help with. Go to markdenham.com and click the contact section. Thank you for checking out the video today. Enjoy the blog post as well, and hope to see you next time.